There are stories the jungle never speaks aloud. Stories that live in the dark between the trees. This is one of them. Before he was Sher Khan, he had no name the jungle needed to fear. He lived in a golden world. His mother was his sun, his moon, his everything. They walked by rivers together. She taught him to stalk. He failed. She nudged him back up. At night he curled against her warmth under a sky full of stars. He was safe. He was loved. The jungle was orderly then. He did not know that golden worlds have endings. He did not know that his was already close. She pushed him forward. One last time. With everything she had. The tree came down between them like a wall the world had decided to build. He turned back. She was there. Eyes wide, breath fast, trapped beneath the weight of something neither of them could move. The fire had no patience. It never does. She looked at her son one final time. Not with fear, not with despair, with something that only mothers carry. She raised her paw toward him, half reaching, half letting go, and then the smoke took him from her sight. The Elephant King came through the smoke like something ancient and unstoppable. He had saved many that night. Deer, birds, the small and the slow and the forgotten. He saw her, trapped, waiting. He moved toward her. She stopped him with a look. She said something to him, quietly. The fire was too loud for anyone else to hear, but the elephant stopped moving toward her and started moving toward the cub. Whatever she said, it turned an ancient king away from saving her life and toward saving her sons. No one recorded those words. No one wrote them down. The elephant heard them, carried them. The cub fought. He scratched. He screamed. He reached back into the smoke with everything his small body had. The elephant did not let go. Behind them, she watched her son disappear. Her eyes did not close until he was completely gone. Until she was sure he was safe. That was the last thing she ever did. Morning came. It had no right to be quiet. But it was. The jungle that had roared and screamed and burned through the night was now nothing but ash and silence. He walked through it, small, singed, alone. The world he had known was gone. Every tree he recognized, every sound that had told him he was home, gone. He found the place where she had fallen. He sat down, and he waited for her, for anyone. The sun moved across the sky. No one came. The ash settled around him like snow that would never melt. He was too young to understand death. He only understood absence, and absence, he was learning, was the loudest thing in the world. The jungle rebuilt itself, as jungles do. New trees grew from the black ground. New animals came, and the cub grew too, but not the way things grow toward the light. He grew the way fire spreads, not because it wants to, but because it has nowhere else to go. He learned to hunt, not from hunger, from rage, but rage. Once it finds its first reason, rarely stops there. It looks for more. It always finds more. The jungle was only the beginning. The jungle began to whisper his name, not with respect, with fear. What walked in his place had no mother's warmth to return to. It had never stopped looking for her. It had simply forgotten how to do anything. Years passed, and the Elephant King, who had carried the weight of that night longer than any creature should carry anything, finally began to surrender to time. He lay in a quiet clearing, ancient, still, his great body finally done. The jungle around him held its breath, and then, a shadow. One heartbeat, no more. His paw lifted and did not come down. His tail, which had moved with cold, deliberate purpose, went completely still. His head dropped, not in defeat, not in grief, but in the way a heavy thing drops when the hand holding it finally, briefly, loosens its grip.
You saved everyone that day. Not her.
You have nothing to say, even now.
But there was a witness. There is always a witness. High in the branches above the clearing, hidden so completely that even the darkness did not know he was there. Bagheera, he had heard everything. The broken words, the truth that never crossed the distance between them. He understood what the tiger never would, and he carried it away from that clearing, in silence, for years. The fire between them had burned low. Mowgli sat without speaking for a long time. He never knew. The jungle did not make Sher Khan. A burning tree did, and a truth that arrived one breath too late. And the silence was its own kind of answer.
But why does he hate humans?